I was getting my car ready, not my wheels ready to take for new tyres. So I started cleaning the inside of the rims up, and 3 of them come up quite good. This 4th one, which is the left front, it's terrible. The paint is off all over the place. We're all flaked. I've got it all off. There's a little bit more to do. A bit there where weight had been. Patches all over. So it's all come off, and the rims are not rotted through or anything like that. And my suspicion is that what had happened is the left front wheel, on the service history there were reports of what was it? It never mentioned brake fluid leaking. It said brake caliper seized, new caliper fitted. Assuming it had been leaking over a long period of time because it had been parked in different positions, obviously, because it's like that all the way around. Bit of a mess. The outside isn't that bad. There's a little bit of crud there, just there. I think on one of the spokes somewhere there's a bit there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub these roughly down, this one, and I'm going to give it a lick of paint on inside, maybe just touch up on outside, a little scratch there, before I take this wheel and the others for new tyres. The tyres I've gone for, I did look at loads of different ones, and I went on Piston Heads and I went on the TVR forum and asked. Got various different ones. A lot were saying Uniroyal Rain Sport 5. I didn't look at that one, but what's on is Toyo Proxy, and they're like really good condition. Nothing wrong with them other than they're dated at 2007 fronts, 2011 rears, which tells me they're well past the sell-by date. So I don't really leave them on. So it's going to cost me best side of £500 to get 4 new tyres fitted. The ones I've gone for are Toyo Proxy TR1. I think they're a track and road tyre, bit of both. They've got plenty of rain channels in them. They're not like slicks or out like that. So they're the ones I've gone for. This is Wednesday night now. I'm just about to start putting some paint on this. I've got some etch primer. And I'm going to prime it up and paint it, and hopefully it'll be dry enough for Friday to get these tyres put on. Old pads. car down now to get the bonnet up, get this pressure bleeding system on, and I can see where we're going. Right, spring shocker on, brake pipe done, copper hose connected. Caliper bolted on. Oh, got bleed nipples to sort out on this one. And that's it. I'll come back when I start bleeding. That's pretty good. Remember, these are painted with some sort of coating, so you might get a micron or two, but no, that's okay. I'm happy with that. I thought they were out of line, but they're not for me. So okay, so that's the suspension on the left hand side front completed, and see in there, new pads are in, pins are back in. See better from this side actually. So yeah, we're all done. New pads in. Right, so we'll set up this pressure bleeding system. So the first thing we're going to do is fit this adapter. Put this blanket over there to try and catch any brake fluid. I've already bled this system once. This is the second time. It's been left for a week to settle, and now I'm going to bleed it again. And we'll go around each wheel, see if we can get any more air out of it. So this is the adapter that screws in here. And it comes with a spanner to tighten it up. We've got pressure on there. There's our bottle of fluid that I showed you earlier. On there. And you see the gauge. I'm going to pressurise that up to about 15, no more than 20. I know they do one of these kits and it's that adapter goes onto a car tyre, and you know, so you don't have to pump this thing up, but I prefer this one, more portable. I've had to lift a spare wheel up here. Right, we're up to 15. Just over. I'll zoom you in, see that. Yeah, so basically that's it at this end, so I'll go set up got a different camera setup, so I'll leave this one, but I'll just knock it on standby. It eats batteries, this one, and we'll come back on in a second. Okay, so I've got the bottle with some fluid in the bottom of it, so air can't get sucked back up. It's on one of the wheel studs with a chain. I've got my spanner on there, and we're looking for air bubbles coming through here. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a couple. Yeah, another. So a little bit more air in there, wasn't there? So it's paid off to double bleed it. Oh, another look. Great. It's all drained down. So that's our bottle with our fluid in the bottom, and the pipe runs right down inside. So this is the furthest away from the master cylinder. Now this system on a TVR is tandem, so you've actually got the rear brakes are separate from the front. So I'm doing the furthest away from the master cylinder on the rear tandem, if you like, which I've just done, and we'll go around, set up and do the other side and see if we get any air out of there. Okay. A little bit of air in there, but not much. Okay, that's the rears done. We'll move round and do the far front next. Check our pressure on the gauge, make sure we've got plenty of fluid, which I know we have. Move this down to the front. And just check the pressure again. After we've done the raise, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Leave that alone. Okay, so it's off to the front. Oops, passenger side first. Excuse me, a bit noisy with no heater. So on this one, this Brembo, we've got two bleed nipples. There's the furthest away and the closest. The brake fluid comes in at an angle onto there, and then there's a bypass brake fluid pipe underneath, which you can't see in camera, but it links the two together. So there's no bleed through. Some come through inside, this one doesn't. So we'll pop the bleed covers off. So we'll do this one first. can't see that pipe very well, can you? But I'll spin it round as we come round with it. You maybe see that better now. No air, nothing. So that one's good. Now the far one. I'm blinding myself with light here, and you're not going to be able to see that bleed pipe, are you? Need to move camera if I can. Right, here we go. You see this pipe? No, but I'll clear on that one as well. So just that bit of air that were in the back. Okay, so we'll go to the other side up front where we've got the pump unit, and we'll do that one. Right. Ooh, a little bit of air there. Right, keep your eyes peeled. I don't know if that were in here or just what were in this tube here. Don't think it will actually. Still plenty of pressure on the system. We're all good. Pretty much ready for wheels with that done. I'll take this, I'll show it doing it. There's going to be brake fluid everywhere. It's a bit of a failure with this unit. Not very good really. The design. It basically fills the master cylinder right to the top with fluid. So when you try and take this off, you get fluid everywhere. Kill the pressure. Okay, that's completely down. Now there's a valve in here, so I won't lose this fluid, but it's what's here, the problem. So here we go. Look. What's the unit under pressure? I don't know. Don't get it. Bad design that. of course you get brake fluid everywhere, which I did first time. It didn't do any damage and it hadn't brought any paint off. There's paint off here, but it were off already, but it hadn't brought any more off, so get rid of that. Get rid of this. We'll go get, oh no, this cloth will do. Right, we've now got this thing here full of fluid. As soon as I take that top off, it goes everywhere. So might have done it. Yeah. Yeah, a bit of a Achilles heel really. I think that valve, that air valve that goes on here is a one-way valve, because it don't let anything come up, because when I took it off it all squirted out, so there was obviously pressure under it. Yeah, I'd released the pressure in the container, which tells me that there's a one-way valve in there. Probably for good reason, but it doesn't help when you're doing this. If we top that up now, I've stuck that much out. We'll do that off camera. Okay guys, I'll come back in a minute. I'm going to show you my wheels. Well, that's it for the brake upgrade and the bleeding, which I've not been able to get in car yet. It's still up in air, so I'm going to get wheels back on, which leads me to this next little bit. Wheels. So the wheels that were on the car, the fronts were 2007. I don't know if you know guys, but if you look on a wheel, on a tyre, on one side or other, there's a branded part that's been branded in, like it's done with a hot shoe, and it's usually got a few code letters, and then it's got 4 numbers, and the first 2 numbers are the month and the second 2 are the year that were made. The Toyo proxies that were on, the fronts were 2007, although they looked in very good condition, and the rears were 2011. So the weights that were on them, I took them all off before I took them in, because I knew they'd re-weight them. The weights were quite big that were on them, and these are not. In fact, there's none on. Oh, there we go. Right, so that's the weight on one of them. See it? Just one single small weight, nothing. Stay there. Yeah, but the weights that were on were huge. I don't know who balanced them originally, but this place I go to, and there's a few more on there, this place I go to, it's called Performance Wheels and Tyres, and it's at Seacroft in Leeds, and they're renowned for doing all Lamborghinis and Ferraris, and there was a guy in there with a big 5-litre Mustang having some tyres on. It sounded lovely. So I took all the weights off. Now, one back wheel when you take the weights off, you've got the black sticky stuff that they're stuck on with on the rim, and you have to clean it off. That's weird, because on one of the back rims there was something like 10 or 11 of those. It took me ages to get them off, but all other wheels just had odd one on, and I thought that's a bit weird, because it's a limited slip drift, so technically both back wheels drive as hard as each other, even if you're doing track days. Now, I know way back, Peter, who owned this car when it was new, he did a lot of track days in it, hence all these engine modifications that's been done to it, which one day I'll go through them all. I probably have already, but I'll do it all again. And I just thought these tyres have had it. Even though they look new, I don't risk it, not with a car, rear wheel drive and go on the 300 horsepower, it's too much. So I've dug into my bank account and I've bought the latest Toyo Proxy TR ones, which you can have a look, they're a bit different to the others. That's the outside, the groove. Strange sort of thing, but they're all on. So what we've got is the fronts are 225 45 by 16, and the rears, I don't know if you can tell the difference from that to that, but they're 245 45 16. Now, why have I done that? I've done that because that's what we're on. That's what we're already on, and I know lads have been track daying it and that, so there's probably a reason why they put a bigger tyre on back, because the wheel rims aren't any wider, they're all the same rims. Yeah, they're all the same rims. So I don't know, I can't explain, but what I can explain is I've got 4 new tyres and I'll feel a lot more confident. Now, I said to, yeah, what pressure you put in a minute? I think he said 32. I said, no, that's no good. I said, I want 25 in back and 24 in front. He looked at me like he'd gone out. He said, what? I said, yeah, apparently TVR, they're so light, and they use the tyre as part of suspension, and that you really don't have the tyres hard, otherwise the car skates all over the road. And I have read on the forums about people that have had tyres too hard and they've been terrible for handling. So just thought I'd show, we've got 4 new tyres, so tomorrow at some point I'm going to put the centres back in and put these on the car. Hopefully they shouldn't have to come off again. Before that, I'm just going to go around with tin of wax oil again and give everything a good spray. I did notice a couple of places on wishbones where paint had flaked, so I'm going to flake it all off what has flaked, and I'm going to treat them before I put these wheels back on. So that's it for this part, guys. Is it part 8? Something like that. I'll edit this up tonight and get it up and on. Keep watching my channel if you will, because there's lots more to come. And I've got an appointment actually under car with that exhaust system. I'm not going to divulge what I'm going to do or what I'm going to attempt to do. But if any of you know what an F-type Jag is, 5-litre RV8, you might have an idea of what I'm going to do, all being well. So that's one job. The next job as well is seats out, or seats, it's too low, I need to sort that seat out. I've got, coming from eBay, I've got a plenum chamber. I'll go out the other side, you see it better. It's off a Chimaera 500, but same as a plenum. And why have I bought another one? There's nothing wrong with that one. I bought another one because through summer sometime, without taking car off road, I can operate on this spare one I've got. And what I want to do is I want to clean it all down. I'm going to paint it, and I'm undetermined yet, because whatever I do that, the rocker covers will be the same. So they're either going to be black or royal blue. So that could be royal blue or black. And then this, where all the flutes are, that's going to be polished. And then I'm going to lacquer it all and probably put some stainless bolts in here. I've got new gaskets coming as well, I've ordered those. Okay, that's where we're up to. Please like and subscribe, don't forget, give us a thumbs up, all helps. Thank you.